And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the morning steam for Sunday, December the 17th, as we get ready for an important day of NFL action after our triple header yesterday, bowl game excitement as well, and uh, pretty thrilling UFC card last night. Guys were put to sleep, and then guys put us to sleep in that main event last night, and some other exciting fights yesterday, and some special appearances, and some fights in the crowd. But in the end, a fun night of UFC action as well. There was NBA with some really hot performances last night, some big college basketball card. We can discuss a few games here and there, maybe from yesterday. Got some college action today, and hockey, of course, from last night. Thank you for coming in, checking in on me here for the day as we get ready for that NFL action, 7-game early card, 3-game late window, and the Sunday nighter as well. And of course, there's a game tomorrow night that we'll discuss then, but want to say hello to everyone coming in to see what's going on with today's show. Let's see who we got to say hi to, and then we'll talk about some of the game, some of those NFL games from yesterday. What did you guys think of those? Let's see who we have strolling in here to get us rolling today. It was Blake here to open the doors, get us started early. How about Thomas? Says start us off with a like and a smash here with Team Steam and Ziggy, who's already released his plays out there. Let me see if I can't. Ziggy, I had it. I had some little technical issues here this morning, but no big deal. I just don't have. But I saw the tweet come through, and Timmy Two Shoe is here as well. And Johnny says, "Don't forget, check out the Discord. We already had a winner from Gerardo. We had apparently some Italian food in the morning, some Belgian waffles in there, or whatever." And thank you, and Gino Lane. Hello. Welcome to see you today. All right. And we'll also look and see who did what at Tony'sPicks.com. Poppy's here as well. What a night, huh, Pop? With the action. I don't know if you caught that intro, but we had a fun night of UFC action. Joined a stream for the main event, at least, to get a little bit of airtime, but more so to have fun with the guys and watch that main event last night. Yeah, the co-main event was probably better, but we saw, well, obviously what might be the end of Colby Covington last night. Didn't look like he was quite ready. Looked good entering the ring, but obviously not much interest there for Colby. Maybe just want to pack that payday, don't get beat up too much, and retire with a little bit of uh, dignity, if you could say that, but kind of a thump there to the end of the card last night that had some excitement. No doubt there was some setups there for some excitement. They knew what they were doing with that one, and we swept the card here on the show, or I should say, with our premium picks in the UFC. That's where most of our focus, I think, was on the card yesterday. And just as it will be today in the National Football League, that's for sure. Go on over to the website and see who did what yesterday on Tony'sPicks.com. See who was the hot capper. Because, man, let me tell you what, just a huge day for the ladies. And let's shout them out. And I don't know. I don't know if they'd mind me, kind of lumping them together there at the top. But look at Tiffany Mance and Mindy Hahn. Absolutely destroyed the card yesterday with 33 winners and 15 losers. That's high volume. That's what they specialize in. You can diversify your bankroll. I mean, there's two ways to play this game. Well, there's more than two ways, but Tiffany and Mindy combined for just a huge day. I mean, look, it was a big card, right? Between the college football, all that college basketball, and the pro sports. You could get a pretty big day going, and they certainly crushed it here with 16 units of profit combined yesterday. You can catch them every day, or 5 days a week anyway, at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific on Midday Plays. They have their show, their look at sports betting, and I just want to congratulate them on just a great day. There's nothing wrong with a day like that. That is absolutely terrific. Probably Samba Murdy also another good day there. 19, 13, and 1. Nick Lagaretto, some heavy volume there. 9, 5, and 1. There I am with an 8, 4, and 2 record. And like I said, 4-0 sweep on the UFC card last night with our premium plays. And we had other winners as well. Pardon me here just a second, you guys. Let me just do a little bit of maintenance here. How about that? Yesterday, let me continue on here with some of these winners. How about Nick Bartini? He's the face of Platinum Cappers. He goes 3-0 yesterday. So you see, I mean, just because a ton of games, you can still be very selective here. Ralph Raymond, 5-2 for plus 246 units. Ronnie Crawford, Hollywood Sam, also in the green on Saturday. Over the last 7 days, it's still Tiffany Mance after that big day, and she has a very, very strong record here, 65 plus percent, 23 and a half units over the last 7 days for Tiffany. Ralph Raymond has been doing a very consistent job, and it's starting to show here on the weekly leaderboard, up 13 and 3/4 units. Daniel Walasachuk up over 8 and 3/4 units for the last 7 days. There's probably coming in there with a 55% clip for over 6 units. Nick Bartini up over 5 units, and Nick Lagarettos up 4 and 3/4 units. So Nick Bartini up nearly 26 units over the last 30 days. Tiffany Mance up 21-17. Daniel Walasachuk 14 and 3/4 units over the last 30 days at Tony'sPicks.com. Check out the Premium Picks tab. You'll find our best plays over there today at Tony's Picks. I'm hopefully going to give you some free winners here in just a little bit. There's Tony's video up and ready also for his action in the NBA right there on Sunday with our 5-game card. But you can check out 3-packs, 5-packs, and 7-packs from our crew, including Daniel Walasachuk. 5-pack in the NFL. Tony T's got a 3-pack of NFL plays. Ben Ruhala, a 6-pack right there. And how about me? I'm firing every game on the early card today. I've got to play for you a 7-pack. This is the NFL. This is what we wait for. And I'm firing on all cylinders here today with plays in all 7 games on the early slate. You better believe I am. That's how I play this game, and pick this one up for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com. Probably NFL centric here for me today. We'll see if we can get anything on, but I'm going to have some free selections here in the NBA, NHL, and a little college basketball as well. All right, and you can click the All Cappers tab. That's what you want to do. You find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page. This is how you can make sure you can find them to get signed up. And you'll find here, there it is, the 7-pack of plays from me. And that's the same for every capper. All the individual day packages, short-term packages, such as that 7-pack, are profit guaranteed. If you don't show a profit, you're going to get credits back to your Tony's account. You can go with some other capper. If I didn't do a good job for you, come on right back with me. I'm always ready to light up the leaderboard. And I plan on doing so today after yesterday's pretty good performance. How did you guys see it yesterday? A few more comments here from you as we get ready to roll. Fernando and I have the same record, it looks like. And there's Gerardo. Hello. Thank you for a great job. Fernando rolling it. And Mondo, nice to see you. He's going to wonder about the big Rams and Commanders. You know, we're going to cover all these NFL games here today, all the way through the card. So get started here in just a moment. We'll talk about those NFL games. Certainly, what did you guys think yesterday? Bengals over the Vikings, 27-24 in overtime. Minnesota led that one, 17 to 3 there. But how about some of the play? You know, you had Minnesota, just a wild one, wasn't it? There with the Bengals going off for just 3 points early, having to come back, and Bengals have won their last 3 games, scoring a ton of points ever since Browning kind of came in there. It seems like he's been able to step it up. So the Bengals get there somehow over the Vikings yesterday, and Mullins probably, maybe should have done that sooner, but it got caught up in the Dobbs hype, I guess, and all that. Colts over the Steelers. Pittsburgh led 13-0. Forget about it, 30-3 in that one. After that TD, the Steelers, I don't know, 30. What they say? 37 plays, 161 yards, no points after that Steeler touchdown, that second TD. The 1 yard TD after the block punt. So Steelers still having big time offensive problems, and the Lions crush the Broncos. A little bit of pressure there for Denver right now. Yeah, they've done pretty well to get back into position, but they were feeling the pressure yesterday. Saw a little bit of tense moments there. It looked like between Peyton and Wilson. Lions outgained Denver 448 to 287, and the Lions get that win. Big games in college basketball included Purdue 92-84 for the Boilermakers in that matchup of top 5 teams yesterday. Purdue really did well, and they, again, a big win for them because they've kind of had a little bit of chip on their shoulder beating good teams. So we'll see who is the top team next week. After that one, I obviously have 2 high quality teams there. Blue Bloods, Kentucky and North Carolina. Kentucky got the win by 4. Dillingham came off the bench, 17 points there. Kentucky couldn't make any shots for a while. And Carolina had a 1-point lead with 5:15 left. That was the only lead they had in that game. Gave you a free winner yesterday. Ohio State over UCLA, 67-60. Other big games: Kansas over Indiana. Creighton outlast Alabama. We gave you the over on that one as well. And bowl game action yesterday. We did indeed give out some winners here yesterday. We had premium pick winner with Georgia Southern and Ohio. We had the over here also on the show. We had Ohio as our premium play. Yesterday, we also had a premium winner on Miami of Ohio. In that rainstorm, we tried the over here and knew that the weather was going to be a little bit of a factor. Man, it was right. They always talk about I don't know what you guys thought of that game, if you saw much of it. How about those that say, it's not rain, it's the wind that'll get no, not yesterday. I didn't think the wind was preventing those teams from kind of moving it there. I thought the wet weather had a factor in that one. We gave you New Mexico State, Fresno under. How about the comments from our man, Coach Jerry Kill, calling out the New Mexico athletic director for not allowing them to practice in the indoor facility, preventing them from practicing because of an incident that had happened way earlier in the season, where they were in New Mexico's facility, and Pavia relieved himself on a Lobo logo and got in a little bit of trouble. They disciplined him, but it wasn't enough for New Mexico. They had to penalize them even further after they invited them to their bowl game to come on. Well, so pseudo in a way, right? But you still invite teams to the bowl game formally, even if they're kind of assigned. But invited to a bowl game and then tell you can't use the facility. Go play outside. So, I don't want to sit here and try not to give both sides, but. Jerry Kill telling it like it is in that press conference had a few cuss words in there. Yesterday, we also had here on the show, we gave out Texas Tech, easy winner. Yeah, we split that Howard and FAMU game. And Donald said, how about we gave out that over as a premium play yesterday with New North Dakota State and Montana. And thank you, Donald, for that. There's Ziggy. There's Ziggy. Hello. I want to thank the guys very much for their contributions in the soccer and just keeping all of our fans, Hey, look, I know you guys are checking in. Hopefully, you're checking in there in the Discord, and it doesn't feel like we've got quite enough activity. I want to keep pumping these guys up, Fernando, and all the guys in there, Salty, uh, Brent, and the gang. And I'm putting some stuff in there as well. I mean, the steam was pretty good. That widely reported steam was pretty strong yesterday. So even though I didn't come in with any college play, well, I had one college premium, but we're going to be, firing away here shortly, big time in college basketball. So let's kind of maybe we get the show started, huh? We got to get rolling on this with the NFL today. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Yeah, I think we can go now. We got nearly 4 dozen of you in here now. So I just wanted to wait for some folks to get in here before we start the plays. And hope I'm okay here. A little bit of internet issues here. So let's roll and get started with this card. Final. Here we go. And nice to have Stephen Downey here today as well. He'll help us with our other investments. All right, we'll talk about maybe some of the NBA games later because there were some hot performances. All right, here we go with the NFL today. And in this one, we've got the Falcons coming in here against the Panthers on the road. And the Falcons are, of course, going to be a favorite. Man, I'm just tired of trying to take the Panthers every week. And it's not my numbers that necessarily say, take the Panthers. And I've gotten burned. You guys have cautioned me every time. I mean, I want to take them again today, quite frankly, and I'm just not sure I can do it. What I always say is that, you can't pick the best team in the power ratings every time. Or could you, I guess, maybe try to go against the Panthers here. Oh, man, there we go. To go against the Panthers here. I guess I'm just gun shy. It's more or less that human algorithm that keeps saying to me, this is a better time. This is finally the spot for the Panthers. And it's all coming up that way again for me, but I just can't do it. I've just been hit too many times here. Blake's on him. Thank you, Blake. At least somebody's got to take him. I don't think I can. And unless I see enough of you that want to do it. And Londo says, does anyone think the Falcons cover? Isn't it everyone thinking that the Falcons can cover in this one? The tickets are running what? It looks to me like about, almost 3/4 of the tickets are on the Falcons here today. And yeah, I mean, they should be better. You just can't keep going to the well, it feels like, with Carolina. And here's Ziggy. Look at this. Oh, he likes it to go under 33. Okay. Wow. Fernando thinks everyone is on the Panthers. Percent better is on the Panthers. I've been on the Panthers all those games, and it hasn't worked out for me. And now I'm just scared because, quite frankly, and the line is probably 3 here at a lot of spots. And some 2.5s as well. And the total now is down to 32. I mean, this one continues to go lower. And that's what I would expect too. I mean, in a division game like this, I would think that it might have a chance to stay under even this low type of number here today. All right. The total has gone under in 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. And Also, Carolina has gone under in 5 straight games at home. They've also gone under in 6 of their last 7 overall. So it looks like you guys have all your plays in here. And man, you guys, I wanted to come in here and probably take Atlanta today because uh, you know, where is Chad so far today? Because these are the ones, right? These are the ones where I always want that team that nobody wants. It's so interesting that you guys kind of are painting the picture of the Panthers being kind of a public dog here, a team that has just one victory so far this season. But Atlanta's lost 4 of their last 6 games right now, and they're just 2-4 against the spread on the road this season. But they are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 division road games. Of course, Carolina's on a 6-game losing streak currently, and they've gone 2-4 in those games. They obviously had the big coaching change, and uh, Panthers not very good in some of these games coming off of a loss. I guess the rain has kind of moved its way up to the Carolinas, Ziggy says, after the storms yesterday, I guess in Florida, and I guess they just moved north there a little bit. All right, let's see what that rain looks like here. Throughout the game, 100% chance of rain here in this one. Temperature in the high 40s, but no doubt looks like rain throughout the game, throughout the day. They're in Charlotte. So, okay. Yeah. I've just got to think that the Falcons have to be to the public side to a certain extent. Maybe we're giving ourselves too much credit to want to take them. I've just got to take Atlanta here, and I'm going to take it. I'll update it to 3. I mean, if it's 3 at this point, at most books, you're probably going to get it at -105 or even money, and I want to give out kind of the toughest line here. So. But there are definitely plenty of 2.5s to be had out there, and maybe the money line is in play. But I always like to give out the side, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's not hard. You guys know by now, nothing's hard and steadfast in the world of free picks. Okay, but I'm going to take Atlanta just because I'm scared. And I don't mind anyone that wants to try Carolina again, but just tired of being made fun of trying to play the Panthers week after week. So, but the way I cap the markets, if you will. I mean, Mr. Market Guy, whatever, would have me on the Carolina Panthers again. So I don't want to say, look, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. I'm taking Atlanta just because I'm tired of going to Carolina each time and trying to put my faith in Young, like he can, turn it around. But obviously he can't right now. And yeah, maybe there is something to be said. Ritter, yeah. And again, on the road, Ritter is a little bit different. The narrative is always there for Ritter on the road and home. Okay, no reason to talk about this game forever. Just give me Atlanta today, and no problem. You want Carolina? Hey, great. Solo says Bryce is bad. Take the Falcons. And I'm rooting for Bryce. And again, I've just tried him too many times this year, and I just can't bring myself to it. Ziggy, if I'm always worried about whatever the other people think. Unfortunately, that's probably why. Look, I'm here at the peak of my career, but really, that's probably why I'm here. All right, I always am concerned about what everyone thinks. I've been told don't do that. Okay, Bears and Browns here in this one. Hey, I've got this as a pretty good game right now, right? I mean, 2 good defenses, yes. Here, I mean, really good defenses, but there could be some excitement here with some points as well. Look, it's been different as far as philosophically with the Browns ever since Joe Flacco came in there. You kind of wonder why we didn't do this at the beginning of the season and why we try to go through the development of other quarterbacks or whatever. I mean, look, Deshaun is a quarterback of this team, but uh, with Watson going down, then we start to do some experimenting or whatever when you could have just gotten this situation going to all along. I know it's hard to go back to, an older quarterback here, but all of a sudden you're like, well, we got a guy who can throw. Let's step it up and start throwing 40 passes a game. Why not? So just looks a little bit weird the way the Browns have gone about this, and it's no solution. I mean, Flacco can go out there and I'm sure have a really rough game, especially against a team like, hard to say, right? The Bears, who are, well, uh, in contention for a playoff spot. They can continue to win games right now and remain hot. It's just crazy that they can salvage this here because of the standings the way they are. They're 5-8. I'm not. Don't get carried away here, but they've played themselves into a spot where they could keep winning. And it's not. And their schedule's a little bit interesting. There are worse propositions on the market right now than maybe the Bears coming through and winning some more games currently with the way their defense is playing and the way the offense is kind of stepping up a little bit, right? Look, if the Bears want to move away from Justin Fields and go for, I don't know, Williams or whoever, whatever they want to do, again, they're not going to get they're going to play themselves out of a good pick here, I guess, right? Or how is it? How is it settled? Don't they have an extra pick there or something? I'm not even sure, but um, you know, they'll be Justin Fields will find somewhere to play, believe me. And yeah, small in stature, whatever you want to make comparisons to a guy like Young. Um, Justin Fields will have plenty of takers. Fernando's on the Browns. Hello to Smoke today. We're gonna play. We're gonna pick any game, anytime for $9.99, and we're gonna. In this one, though, we're going to pick the Cleveland Browns. I'm still going to go with the Brownies here today to cover this number. I think we might even have to lay. Oh man, there's some a little bit of 2.5 action out there and a couple of books right now. So Ziggy's on the Browns here, and I'm on the Browns today. I know I just talked up the Bears a little bit, but what I'm talking about here, percent betters on the Bears, is I think we got a low key, pretty good game here today between the Bears and the Browns. I think everyone can agree the Bears are playing a lot better right now. I expect them probably to be competitive here. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you. Yeah. And that's why they end up with that top. So, uh, what, right? So, they're in that predicament, right? But, are you really going to get a better quarterback than this guy? It's obviously, the Bears' problem for years and years and years has been the lack of weapons on the outside. And it's just something that's plagued their franchise forever. Um, you know, no great wide receivers. They've had a few guys here and there, but never really the killer wide receiver. Who was the last great Bears wide receiver? I mean, really great. And I'm not talking like Willie Galt or anything dumb like that. Give me your opinions out there. Anyways, in this one, Chicago, they've won and covered 3 of their last 4 games, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. Bears 4-3 as underdogs. I know I'm talking them up a little bit. And again, with Fields, I mean, you're still like 8-26 straight up lifetime here, but this team has been pretty incompetent, certainly. And for Flacco here and the Browns, the Browns are 6-14-1 against the spread, coming off of a win, but they have won and covered 6 of their 7 home games here this season. And look at these. Thank you. I mean, look, right? So those are nice, some nice names, but is it really the impactful player? The uh, all pro type numbers year after year or something like that. So the Bears could always use some help on the outside. I know the Bears fans know that, it's plagued their franchise forever. All right, give me the Browns in this one. And I'm going to talk up the defenses. Certainly, everybody knows there, but just be careful. I think what you might be expecting here today. All right, keep it going here with the Buccaneers and the Packers. So the Packers at home, a 3.5 point favorite. Got to lay that hook now with the Packers and the way things are going. Look, both teams are 6-7 here, so it does seem a little bit troublesome to have to lay the hook in this one. And Jordan Love still doing pretty good. Short week for the Packers here after the loss against the Giants, but Packers have won 4 of their last 6 after that losing streak and got things going back here again at 6-7. So important game here for both teams. And given the nature of this series, Packers have won 4 of the last 6 in the series, but the Buccaneers have covered 3 of the last 5 trips here into Green Bay. These are pretty frequent opponents anyway. The over 5-3 in the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Packers 15-7 against the spread their last 23 games, coming off of a loss. For the Buccaneers here, a lot relies, of course, on how their defense performs. We know that Love has continued to improve, and the Packers' offense has looked okay here. I would expect that. Look, that you know, you think of that number, and I didn't. I don't know if I said. I don't. Did I say if I said division game? I'm sorry. I'm almost kind of equating the old days a little bit there. We know that the Packers are in the South, of course, but the Bucks are in the South, of course. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one here. Packers and over 4% better, and Blake says, "Give me the Packers." And Ziggy as well here. Packers. Okay. And for me, I'm just going to have to grab the hook. I just think right here, tight game. I would think I think they can put up some points here, despite what might be perceived as a lower scoring game. Interesting here, Solo. You talk about Jordan Love, and like I said, I believe that the Packers were doing it right the whole time, and yeah, I was worried there when he was nearly shuffled out before the season was even over, and they were ready to give up on him. But I don't think they are now. Obviously, here moving forward, and obviously with the uh, Packers, you still have to the Baker factor here. Maybe a key mistake. Who knows? You're never going to put that as part of your handicap, but. Again, I still think that he has enough. The way he'll play it and keep the Bucks. I think in the game we're seeing still some steady offense. I think airplane boop as well. We got Bears receivers coming up left and right. Appreciate you guys. Salty talking about the numbers here for the Bucks, and yeah, I just want to more so. I just want to kind of take a hook here in a game like this, where I'm sure it's going to be decided by a field goal, and maybe that will also ensure that kind of this game gets over the total. But for me, I'm going to take the hook with the Buccaneers. I want to say this one had a lower open. Maybe the look ahead was lower, but mostly threes out there on the opener. 2/3 of the tickets are on the Packers, it looks like to me. So go ahead, give me the Bucks here today. All sides for you today, so you know what that means in premium land. I've got all sides on the show right now. I can tell you that right now. All right. Well, bummer here for the Texans right now with man that almost seemed last week that how you just kind of felt bad the way things went down for the Texans right now, and after their great season that they've had. Hopefully, Stroud can come back here soon, but boy, it really did look like he took some unnecessary hits last week. I mean, you've got a star in the league, and you know why quarterbacks are protected. Well, this is this is kind of why. You don't want a guy like this, knocked out, taken out of the league right now or anything like that. He's going to miss this one, certainly. You get Case Keenum, certainly plenty of experience in there for the Texans, but still, Tennessee, despite their weak season, I say weak, they're still 5-8. They're still fighting a little bit, and Will Levis, I think we're still pretty positive on Will Levis moving forward. Feels a little bit tough here to have to lay a hook, and I think privately I would probably even buy it and juice it a little bit, buy it down and juice it up, and try to get on the Titans here. I think the Texans probably a bit of an emotional letdown in this game. Yeah, maybe you could argue the same point for the Titans, right? Given their way they came back last week against Miami with that incredible comeback. I mean, trailing by two touchdowns with just a couple of minutes left in the game, 3 minutes left in the game, whatever it was, and be able to come back and win that game. Maybe they're the team in for a letdown here, but uh, for me, I think it's a spot more for the Titans to kind of get healthy here a little bit. It's going to be tough because I think scoring could be tough for both teams in this game. So getting that hook might make it a little bit tougher, but I'm still going to have to play the Titans. I think in this one, Tennessee is 4-1 straight up and against the spread at home this season. They're natural home games this season, so I'm going to look for them to do it. They are 0-4 coming off of a win, 0-4 against the spread, coming off of a win. But I'm pretty high on Will Levis still moving forward. Maybe today he could have that game for Houston. To get outscored 30-6 by the Jets. Again, we give the Jets a lot of credit because they really did suck it up and put it down last week. But still, there has to be some concerns. I will mention that Houston in division 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 division games on the road. But I think it's just going to be a little bit too much to overcome. I'm going to take the Titans here and lay the hook with Levis, but I'd probably at least make sure you get it down to 3 or even 2. Look, I don't, if it's 2.5 minus 50, 60, hey, you want to win these bets. So I like to sprinkle all around there. I'm taking the Titans in this one. Let's see what you guys have. All right. And Fernando says he might like this one to go over the number. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Can Derrick Henry, right? Because one thing about with Henry right now, look, I'm not going to question Hart. Obviously, the production has been down, but he's kind of putting it into a little bit of mode where um, we've seen it before, right? It might be a little bit too little, too late for, the Titans right now. But this is kind of the time when the Titans have been competitive or in big time contention that you start to, use your Henry up a little bit, right? You go to your Henry card here. Let's see. Gino, that's his home team. Man, Nashville always represented big time. As Ziggy says, a lot of injuries for the Texans. Fernando might go over. Ziggy might be on the under. This one, all right. I think I got all your comments in there. Hello to Public Enemy. Pleasure to have Public Enemy here today. Yep. And yeah, that's another thing, when you mentioned appreciate mentioning those injuries, Ziggy. We saw, right, the one thing that's hurt Stroud a little bit, and again, he's out of this game, but the receivers have really taken a toll, and I think it's been underlooked, undervalued a little bit, or I don't know how necessarily, but with Collins going out, right? I mean, look, they'd already had injuries in the wide receiver core to their guy, to Dell, and then Collins goes out. It's almost like sometimes the receivers, right? see a really good quarterback who might be extraordinary or maybe even a superstar in the future if he's not already. And sometimes those great quarterbacks make very good receivers out of decent talent, good receivers, right? Sure, is Tank Dell one of the most spectacular young players, and he gets matched up with a familiar arm type of thing with these guys, and Nico Collins, same thing, right? When Dell went out, Nico Collins, kind of an unknown name in NFL circles, but the catches he was making, the type of plays that those two guys were making, the quarterback can make you better, but those guys look like they could be special with that relationship. They're both out of this game, but just saying that's been key to Fields, right? Because those guys were playing, at a very, very strong level for young players. And to lose those now, we don't have, and that's a problem, of course, moving forward today with Case Keenum in there as well. Is where they're going to find any offense at all, really. So, all right, Brent's got it still sneaking over here. I think it looks like here, and Gino says, right. So, oh, look at that, rain, rain, rain. I guess I could maybe if I could peek at it here a little bit. We got to keep moving, but maybe I can look and get a little bit of a weather report. I'm, if you're there, Gino, I just want to recite it though. So, all right. All right, here we go with another. Oh, I want to say hello to Dre. Dre US also didn't catch you there. Thank you. All right. Oh, no. Now we're talking. How about this one? Boy, I'd like to see this game right now on like a Monday night or special highlighted game, right? The Giants are all about it. Everyone gets their turn in the spotlight. And right now, well, that spotlight kind of belongs to the New York Giants. They are an underdog here, of course, against the Saints. But five, 5.5 points. Are they not paying attention to what's going on with Tommy Cutlets? Yeah, I guess at any moment maybe the Giants would revert back to their ways and what's been going on. But sometimes you find a winner, and maybe Tommy Cutlets is that guy. You never know when Danny Dimes comes back next year. We can, I guess, Tommy DeVito's playing for his career here necessarily. I don't know if he've even had. Maybe he's supplanted Jones already with this run, but look, you still want to see a few more games out of the guy to prove that this is right. But it sure is fun. I don't care. And how about Sean Still? I don't want to talk about the agent, but you know, it looks kind of like you can make point fun. He's actually a pretty cool guy, pretty good dude. And you look at him, he looks kind of probably cocky and everything. But I saw the interviews with him, and actually just a pretty good dude probably. Solos on the Saints. That's not part of the handicap. And what else do we have? We've got Ziggy with a pick here as well. Yeah, Giants off the big win, off the short week. It's certainly got to be in a little bit of a factor here. But I don't know. I just feel good about what they're doing, and of course, you got the Derek Carr factor. You guys, come on. There's just something amiss here with Derek Carr. It feels like to me. Hello to Peter Mack as well. Thank you for your plays there in the chat. Fernando's on the Giants. I'm going to take the Giants as well. Let's talk about a little bit, give out a few numbers here, but maybe Ziggy, maybe I'm just a little bit publicy here. Here, everyone loves the Tommy DeVito story right now, and hard to get behind. Um, the Saints a little bit with Carr. They've just had, I'm seeing it down to 5 here at some spot. I'm showing some 5.5s, but Chris Olave still listed as questionable. Haven't seen all of the actives and inactives yet, but Rashid Rashid Shaheed, my guy from Mount Carmel High, he'll be in the game today, probable for the Saints. But I'm just going to take these points. I just don't think the Saints, are anything special to be covering basically a touchdown at home when the Giants have kind of, they've won their last 3 games. They're averaging 21 points a game. Yeah, we talk all year about the Saints, and yeah, their defense is pretty good, but they still have some weak. It just seems like they break down at the wrong moments sometimes. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They're 1-5 against the spread at home this season. Saints also 6-13-1 against the spread when coming off of a victory. So, all right. Well, for me, I guess I'm going to have to take the Giants in this one, plus those points. And call me publicy, I guess. Next up, the Jets and the Dolphins. Did I go out of order with the Chiefs and the Patriots here? If I did, let me. I got them at the bottom, right? Yeah. Okay, we're right. Just the schedule was a little goofy today, right? Anybody's an old rotation guy like me because of those 5 games, 3 games yesterday, and the Falcons, Panthers, Bears, Browns moved to today. The Chiefs and the Patriots were going to be the Monday night game, and it got flexed out. So we're starting flex week or whatever. But this one was scheduled right in here, right, with the Jets and the Dolphins. Plenty of intrigue here with these 2 teams, no doubt about it. Every time with the currently, especially with the Jets, with a little bit of noise here of late. Yeah, they've lost 5 of their last 6 games. They've covered a few spreads, but the offense still isn't going here, even with I give Zach Wilson as much credit as one could possibly. It's hard to sit up here and try to say that he's done a little bit of something here. I guess he hasn't necessarily. Now the good news is that Aaron Rodgers, uh, more good news, could be cleared to return to action as early as next week, or at least return to some form of serious practice. Now, how quickly he could assimilate, and if he wanted to. So that makes this game that much more important. If the Jets could somehow find a way to pull off this victory against them, Dolphins team that's having a few issues of late, that short week coming in here. Yeah, they've won 4 of their last 6, but they felt a little bit vulnerable. Hill, questionable, right? We're still waiting for his status today. It almost pertains to how this spread is going to roll here because, look, the Dolphins on the look-ahead line were, way bigger favorites, than this. They were nearly double digits, but I think a lot of it is relying upon the play of Tyreek Hill. I mean, you got really an MVP candidate here who's questionable for the game that is definitely going to move the line once he is announced officially, I would think, in or out. I would think if Tyreek Hill is in, the line will probably move to, oh, nine and what do you think? 9.5, 9.5 for Tyreek Hill. Could it even get to 10? But I think if he is ruled out, I actually don't expect the same type of move. I think it'll be probably a point. Maybe it could get under 7, but I think it will probably just move to 7, wouldn't it? And we'll have to see. So let me know. I'm not fired up here on the old machine to see if we've seen the inactives yet. All right. Uh, for the Jets, they are 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 division road games. Pretty bad stuff. The Dolphins are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 division home games. And you got Coach Logic. He's 8-4 against the spread as a home favorite. The Dolphins won that game 3 weeks ago, 34-13. They covered 9 points. They've won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two, covering 6 of those. And the Jets have covered just one of their last 5 trips in here to Miami. So still tough task. You know, tough task here in this one. I certainly want to know the status of Hill, and I have to make the call here. I think he is going to play. So I'm going to take the Dolphins and think that I've got a little bit of value here in this one. Once Hill is announced in, I do expect this spread to go up. And, quite frankly, if it's too big of an adjustment, if it does get to a double digits, then I'll start to buy it up. This is a prime game to get involved right there in a little bit of action with, maybe both sides a little bit. So, all right. I'm going to lay it here with the Dolphins, but again, waiting on that information here. Certainly, maybe I could give it one more pass through on Tyreek Hill. And like I said, I didn't have my uh, tweet deck up here because of a little bit of technical issues I said coming in. So, but I'm not seeing anything anyways as I go through the old Twitter machine, X machine here. See on Tyreek Hill currently nothing. All I'm getting, I see Gronk singing the national anthem, and well, it wasn't great. Wasn't great. It wasn't Roseanne-esque, but it wasn't. Even the back of it, couldn't they have practiced? I just, it did seem like a little bit of a mockery. All right, got to keep going here. Let's move on. Oh, Jimmy, thank you for the play here. Thank you, Lex, for your play of the day and for all your plays as well. You've got the Jets in here with your plays, so I can list this one for sure. I think I can list them all nowadays. All right, keep on moving here. We got to keep the show going with our NFL coverage today. One more game in the early window here with the Chiefs and the Patriots. Oh, we've obviously got a typo here with the total at 37. I mean, don't they know who Patrick Mahomes is? Whoa, it is 37. What? You've got a Chiefs game with a total of 37 and Patrick Mahomes is in there? Hold it a second. Is this thing broken? Well, you are taking the Patriots here at home where they're, have no choice but to try to play some defense against a Chiefs team that, yeah, there's some issues offensively, certainly. And we saw the frustration, right, last week. And now we get word of some fines a little bit. I think the NFL is doing itself a little disservice here. Just because the mics picked it up doesn't mean it's something. And, yeah, maybe there was a little post-game beef as well that the Chiefs might have had. But it did feel like the Coach Reed and Patrick Mahomes were singled out because the mics caught him saying, and Mahomes immediately came out and expressed regret for what he was saying. Yeah, Mahomes could even stand to take a little bit of humble pie when greeting a guy like Josh Allen, his rival, and just be a little bit more sportsmanlike. Go complain to your teammates, your family, your friends about the bad officiating, and not to your opponent, who really had no. And even Allen kind of gave him the old, suck it up, guy, patting him on the chest there after the game. So, anyways, Chiefs obviously going to be a big favorite here, and they probably should be able to get one over on the Patriots in this one, but still to lay this many points with the Chiefs team having the issues that they're having offensively, it's all about the dropsies here a little bit for the Chiefs, is the way it's currently going, right? Brent has his pick here in this one. Blake says he wants to take the Patriots in this one. Here's Ziggy with the under here. And you do have, it is Zappy. Yeah, it is Zappy here in this one. So I don't know. Careful what you wish for kind of thing with the Patriots, and Zappy. It doesn't seem like one thing about Zeke. He did look ready, and to go, if you will, in the last game. And, quite frankly, he looks pretty good if you consider all the wear and tear on Zeke. But, football, with it being such a nondescript game, right? I mean, you don't know who the player, like, we know who the players are. We know that Zeke, but because of the nature of the game, the helmet, the uniform and everything, Zeke looks like a complete, like the Patriots went out and picked up some good running back on the waiver, on the waiver wire or whatever. Or he's a good. He didn't look like Zeke Elliott necessarily, but the one thing that did look like Zeke Elliott, the the step back, right? The man, not many people have that move, and he still got that move. Look, I'm excited just thinking about very few backs still have that step back move. You know what I'm talking about? You put the brakes on, it puts that defender on their back heels. Boom, you've got 3, 4, 5, 6 more yards running over a guy with his momentum going the other way. Zeke still, or he might have lost that for a while. He's got that back, and that's, I think, when you're healthy, even at his status of his career. Just wanted to mention that because that was hot. The way he popped that off, I want to say it was 3 times within a set of like 10 or 15 plays in that last game where we saw him do that. And, you have to be given the opportunity as well. So that's why maybe we hadn't seen it as frequently. But again, I think a lot has to do with confidence, health for Zeke, and all that. So I'm going to be on the Patriots here in this one. Chiefs having those issues, and I think that the Patriots can get some points on these guys today because of things that I'm talking about. It's not, glad to see the Peter Mack likes Zeke, and there's no doubt. I mean, it's the versatility of Zeke. Hey, I just want to mention a little bit of breaking news here with a total that's moving right now in the NFL games, and I'm showing the Buccaneers and the Packers. We just talked about that game. And man, this one is getting hit to the under here big time right now. We've already seen looks like a full point lopped off here of this one. The Bucks and the Packers game is on the move lower right now as we speak. I'm showing 41.5 nearly across the board. DraftKings is holding on at 42, and so are some of the Vegas books here. But Circa has gone to 41.5. Bovada has gone to 41.5 over 15, and Bet Online has gone to 41.5 as well. So just a little bit of breaking news on another game. This game is definitely widely reported steam coming across from the wire, from the line service right now. Buccaneers and Packers. Whether or not that is injury related, let me see if I have anything on that. With some of these guys, because certainly the Packers had plenty of question marks here, but we'll see. But we knew Watson was doubtful. That's not looking great at all. But Wicks also questionable. So some issues with A.J. Dillon questionable. So issues certainly with the offense. We'll say Aaron Jones, we know that he is probable now. He did get the go-ahead earlier this morning. He was on the active list. So just a little bit of information back on that game because the total's definitely on the move. Hello and good morning to Perky today. All right, 49ers and Cardinals. Let's move to the afternoon action here in this one with the Niners on the road. Big favorite. 12, call it 12.5 now for San Francisco. And look, I've still got to consider the Niners as number one at this point. It's not about this game. They're going to have to cover a big number in an obvious flat spot here. And you still got Kyler can maybe produce a little bit of excitement here, but you still have San Francisco coming in at 10-3, and you're just kind of pick the spot here, back and forth. Is this a time where can they cover double digits? Can they win this one, for example, by 2 touchdowns? I don't know if they can. I don't know if the motivation in a game like this will be there in a game that certainly had a little bit lower of a spread than this. maybe it's even been higher at some point. So maybe there's some sharp action here. I mean, look, Circa opened at 14. It's now 11 and a half. Bet Online opened at 13 and a half. It's now 12. Uh, uh, all the books really a point and a half off the number eventually. It's just that there's been a little bit of pushback to, I think it actually went down to 12 a little bit, but I'm going to take the Cardinals. I'm going to definitely give them the Cardinals a chance here to stay in. I don't have many great arguments for it. They have covered 4 of their last 10. That's not a winning number, but remember they're just 2-8 in their last 10 straight up. And the Cardinals, as a home underdog this season, they're 4-2 against the spread. So there could be some points here, I would think. I think that maybe the Cardinals can answer on the back end for me is what it turns out to be. I mean, when you're talking about 48 and a half and a 12-point spread, well, then you're looking at a game that's supposed to be right there in the 31-17 range. So how do you see it, right? Is it going to be 31-20? Is it going to be 31-14 to get a cover? I would think more so. It could be, if the Cardinals get the money, 31-24 or something like that, with Kyler able to produce something on the back end. If the Giants can, get the lead that they're expected to and hold it. The first meeting was 35-16. Remember back in week 4. 49ers are just 3-5 against the spread. Their last 8 visits here, 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over the total. So go ahead and give me the Cardinals plus the points. Flat spot for me. Just got to go in, get the win. You can do it. It does seem like they can, put it on, turn it on, pound it every single time. I want to say hello to Matthias, joining us from the old X machine. Mike will take the Cardinals. Fernando's on the over here. Here's Ziggy talking about it. Cards off the bye. Niners play the Ravens next. All right. And Salty says, don't forget, they beat them last time by 19 points back in San Francisco, laying this same type of number. And Arizona not good, 3-10, their last 13 games at home in the division. So, again, I'm just trying to play the spot here. There's some real positives out there, no doubt, for San Francisco, especially where the way they kind of, running the ball strong again and averaging over 32 points per game in their last 5 games. So, all right. I'm on the Cards here in this one. All right. Well, I feel bad because someone asked at the very beginning of the show about the Commanders and the Rams, and we waited here a good hour before we even got to it. But hey, this is what the script said. And you know how important the script is. All right. So, look, that's going to be a fun day there with the Commanders and the Rams. I mean, the total is 50.5 here in this one. But really, you guys, I mean, sure. I mean, the Rams are pretty cool with all their neat passing and everything. And, yeah, the Commanders lead the world in passing. But, oh, well, gosh, would it really get over 50 points? The teams aren't that good, are they? They've got to have a little bit. They don't need to play any defense. I mean, the Commanders don't anyway. They don't have anything to play for here. Is it going to get ready to, change everything, I would guess, after this season? Washington has lost 4 in a row, 9 of their last 11. They've gone 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Probably, I don't trust the Rams, though, to lay any points necessarily. Come on. You think the Rams are going to win this game by more than a touchdown? Okay, they're back alive here a little bit with a 6-7 record. They've won 3 of their last 4 games straight up and against the spread. They're putting up a ton of points again with the great passing and strong running too. I mean, the Rams offense is certainly clicking, averaging 35 points or so over those last 3 games, and now they're in a a tie for the playoff spot. So they can win this one, no doubt. But I don't know about getting the number here. Their Rams are 5-9 against the spread in their last 14 games as a home favorite. And I think the Commanders can probably get the money now. They haven't been too good coming off of a bye themselves, but I'd probably be more interested in taking the points here with the Commanders. Uh, let's see what you guys. Anything in this one? It looks like Lex likes the Commanders here, and he likes them to win the race to 10. He likes it to go over 50. And Brent has this one as a close, low-scoring game. Or this might be, I want to say just now, I think, Brent, these are Brent Sims. These aren't necessarily Brent's plays, right, brother? So I just want to make that clear. He runs a model. Rams under for Blake. I want to go under as well. I'm good on you. Good on you. Maybe it is going to be a big performance, but I just cannot do it. Here's Darren with Commanders and under. Yeah, it's tough because they've certainly been putting up those big numbers right now. Rams' last 3 games have gone over the total. The Commanders have gone over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. Solo has the Rams to cover this number, but I'm going to take the Commanders here and take those points. It's been bad. I mean, it looks like the Commanders are, they're fading fast. And Ziggy's even saying it's a smelly one, Ziggy said, but I'm taking them as well. And I want to get that 7 or whatever. It's 6.5 here for the most part. That's what we're going to take on the show. All right, let's get to a good game with the Cowboys and the Bills in this one. Hot matchup, certainly, with 2 strong quarterbacks and everything that's going on right now with these 2 teams and their postseason hopes. And for Dallas, just a matter of where they end up and where they lie. But Buffalo is still certainly an important game here. They really still need to keep winning these games. I'm showing 2.5 now at Bovada. This one seems to be moving up here a little bit. Buffalo's won and covered their last 3 games. Cowboys, could you have any type of letdown kind of with Dallas here? I mean, they've won 7 of their last 8, covered 6 of those games. They last 5 weeks, they've averaged 40 points a game right now. They're just terrific against the spread, right? And just it almost seems like every capacity. If anything, it's hard for Dallas to cover spreads because there's, quite honestly, quite frankly, very few more public teams, all right, than the Dallas Cowboys. So you're always kind of laying attacks. But man, it's just been so good of late for Dallas, and they've just looked absolutely terrific. And I kind of want to stay involved here with Dallas in this game, but they'll have to win. That's a tough pill to swallow for me. But I don't know, this spread, man, at just 2. Man, Buffalo scored 28 points, since the old Ken Dorsey, ever since they got rid of Dorsey, they've been clicking again on offense. So real strong. But 3-5-1 against spread last 9 against NFC opponents, and Buffalo usually not too good in close games. 7 of the last 9 Buffalo games have stayed under the total, and Dallas has gone over in 6 of their last 7. So, all right. Well, I still want to try Dallas here to win this game today on the road. I just love everything about them. Here is Bills -2 for Blake. That's just it, Darren. It just feels like with the points. And again, I mean, I'm going to try to make sure nothing you could do. You got to take the spread. I'm taking the spread here, but I'm going to try to make sure I get some extra points here with the Cowboys in what has to be a great game. I think it should be dynamite. All right, Fernando, take a look at that weather. See if I can get my best weather report here at least and compare it to maybe what you guys have. Yeah, this is rain throughout. 100% chance of rain is what I'm showing with temperatures in the high 40s. Maybe gets to 50 degrees near the end of the game, but and a wind, typical Buffalo here, right? 12 to starts off with stronger gusts at the start of the game and maybe gets a little bit lesser gusts toward the end of the game, but rain, windy. You already know what I'm thinking, right? So there also that does lend to maybe volatility. So I'm on Dallas here. And again, and maybe we'll see. Maybe the weather conditions. Look, it's not a Buffalo. It's not a snow. It's not going to be some jaw-dropping. Welcome to the NFL today, and here is the white field with the tarp on it. Derek Carter, hello. Cowboys are a public dog. Oh no, Ziggy! Now I want to switch. I'll take Dallas. In a close one. I mean, it's going to be a good. Jimmy Two Shoes going on the alternate line. Matt says, this is it for the Bill. Yeah, maybe, but it does feel like there's going to be everything it seems like everything in the AFC is going to be decided on the final week of the season. All right. Lex here saying, you say you don't do the 7. No, I'm all about it. I don't mind any I like all the teasers. In fact, look, they say, why are you a tout? Well, maybe I got a teaser problem. Okay. You just have to sell my good picks to make up for some teaser issues or my recency bias disease sometimes. Anyways, I do love me some teasers. Yeah, I mean, sure, there are some more specific teasers. You can look up the Wong teaser. The Wong isn't always right. I'll promise you that. But uh, look, I don't mind the sweetheart teasers. I don't mind the 10, the 13 point, 3, 4 teamers and all that. I think it's fun. And I also think it allows you some movement when betting in game, especially in the NFL where everything can go back and forth. So appreciate it, Lex. Hope that cleared up. It's not answering your question necessarily, but I'm pro. Look, the prices have gone up for teasers over the years. The bookmakers know there's some really advantageous teasers, but hey, there are a lot of products out there. That's what they call them. Let's get into the action here with the Ravens and the Jaguars tonight. With a nice game here, certainly, with the Ravens on the road against oh, I don't want to call them struggling. I mean, they're 8-5. The Jaguars are a tough watch, aren't they? But still, you know, they're pretty good. I mean, the coming off that strong season last year is certainly going to be, in the postseason here this year, uh, probably with a home game and all that. So Jacksonville's lost its last 2 though, and had the defense not perform too well. Lawrence is banged up certainly, but still listed as going to be in this game, and you know against Lamar. So really still a standout game. I think one exciting thing for Jacksonville and for me, I'm a big Jamal Agnew fan. And well, there aren't very many special teams game changers in the league. Jamal Agnew is one of them. And I'd look to take Jamal Agnew tonight in shout out to my friends on those shows with the live props. But Jamal Agnew, if he gets back in there and gives a chance tonight, the Jaguars are live here. I mean, come on, this is a the old home dog night game type of feel to me against the Ravens team flying high. I think they've got it almost in the bag now. It seems like these other teams can still make some noise, and if the Jags win here, they easily could do that. Now they have lost 4 of their last 6 games straight up at home, at this home, not in their other home, but for me, I've got to think that they're going to be in this game and have a very, very live chance to win tonight with Jacksonville here. The Ravens are that team to me, right? Just when you think it's all going good, uh, they've won 7 of their last 8 games, 5-3 against the spread here. But the most important thing is a very effective running game that helps a quarterback like Jackson make everything that much better right now. It all feels real good. The game plan is scripted. They look good in the early parts of the games. They've outscored opponents 173-61 in their last 10 games in the first half. So usually as they score 20 points, they win, and they are expected to do so here. So even if they don't get the cover, I think that they can get this win, and then Jacksonville still gets the money. But just seems like Baltimore, they don't cover all their spreads after wins. They kind of go back and forth. Yeah, they're that good that usually they can win. But 11-15 last 26 against the spread when coming off of a win. Baltimore 5-2 to the over in their last 7 games. So, all right. Well, for me in this one, look, I'm probably gonna. I don't know. I like Jacksonville a lot. I don't mean to spill the beans here because I feel like I want to take a side. I mean, I love the totals. I'm always feel like my totals are much stronger. My premiums are totals. You guys, I got to be honest. Hey, the one thing about going with premiums, your totals, is that hey, a lot of people like to pick sides, and I do too. But my stronger feels are in the totals and how the pace of the game is played in the NFL. Man, it's just how it is. I always explain it. Don't have to explain it to you guys, but at the end of the game, where's it going to land? Right on one side or the other. But the total, the pace of the game, and my NFL record's strong here. But I'm going to go ahead and give out the total in this one under. Of course, it is Sunday night after all. And, well, the total's up there at 41.5. So I'm on the under for sure. I'll even bump it down here to 40.5. I'll bump it down to 40.5. It's certainly 41 at most places. I made these graphics yesterday at some time. But give me the under here as my free play. Let me give out one total on the show in the NFL. So if that lets you see anyway how it's going. And don't think you can just take the under in every game and know what I have on the premiums. If you've been I don't want to tease the subscribers. I actually want to thank them all. But you've already seen the plays, and there's certainly as many overs this week as there is unders. If not more. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Please get my 7-pack of early games. I'll also have plays in the late games as well. And we may have also some other sports in there tonight. Okay, that's it for NFL. Come on, we got to go, you guys. Here we go. NBA tonight. Oh, let me get your plays here on the last game. Sorry about that, you guys. Salty, yeah, don't trust them to cover right now against just, you still got to put Jacksonville up there, in the ranks of the playoff team, like the more sure playoff teams, right? And, not having Lawrence, it is kind of a big deal. Hi, Birdie. Thank you for your plays, and I hope to have a good day. All right. I love this, Lex. Before we go to basketball, let me tell you. So Horseshoe has a $500 instant pay high hand during the Ravens game. So What do you? So someone starts off with a minimum qualifier, maybe like for a $500. I've got to think it's got to be a full house, probably maybe an aces full house, and then it just gets better. Like if you make the Baltimore game starts and someone maybe it's aces full of tens or something, right? And there's aces full of tens, a $500 winner, and the next guy gets aces full of jacks, and he gets 500. But if the next guy gets four of a kind, does it go up to like you got to beat that four? So like the higher the next great hand, the more it limits. Here's what they used to do that I loved to play and uh, deal as well as a longtime dealer would be the every time so you'd have your home team, and if there's a touchdown, we'll give away if they get 6, 7, or 8 points, 8 tables get the $100 added to their next pot after the home team, or you do like Monday Night Football on both teams. Every table, if a field goal, 3 tables get drawn. If a safety comes, though, you give it to everybody. That's how great a safety is. You give it to everybody on a safety. 3 tables get drawn, or 6, 7, or 8, depending on what they score. $100 splash pots. All right. The memories. Let's go to basketball here real quick. Get these plays off here for today. I'm going to give out a lot of plays in basketball. Don't know which premium, especially on these early games, because I'm strong in the NFL, and NBA is not going to have as much information. That's why the NFL plays get the premium treatment more so on the card. But maybe in the evening. All right, Orlando and Boston here. Boston 8, 9 now. 9 and 228.5. So we're seeing movement here to Boston and the over. Here in this one, I wanted to cover some of the NBA scores from results from yesterday, but I think we're just be a little bit too short on time. So we'll just kind of give out the plays, maybe throw out a few trends here to support the cause, but more so looking at spots on Sunday here for my plays. And I'm probably going to be with the total here in this one. I've got this one going under with Magic and Boston here today. As far as the side's concerned, I might even think this move on the Celtics is actually going to be correct. Look, the Celtics are playing dynamite, outstanding right now, having won 7 of their last 8. They're starting to get plenty of numbers in there as well. We can make fun of the Celtics. We can be critical of them, but maybe not right now. Not only are they winning, but they're getting some numbers here and there. Now, Boston often does not cover against the Magic. They're often giving too many points to them. The Magic often covers, and the Magic has been so good right now, right? As one of the best teams in the league as far as covering this. Hey, one of the best teams in the league, period, the Magic, if you really boil it down. Not any championship team. They'll probably be regressing for a little bit, but certainly one of the better records here going with some of these great spread records. They're also 16-6 now against the spread. Boston just 3-7. I tried to talk them up here, but again, usually just laying too many points. But man, I don't know. This doesn't feel like a very good situation to me for the Magic, quite frankly. So I'm not going to recommend. I'm just going to take the total under. It's already, let's see. Well, I'm getting the best of it at 228.5. It's gone up. I like that. Okay, give me the under with Orlando and Boston here. Orlando's been going over of late, but I've got Boston at home here in this one. I'm saying Boston as the home team. I'm not giving out Boston, not necessarily recommending. Maybe the lean is Boston. Ziggy going under. And hey, percent better, you put anywhere the poker table, I'll show up. and some security, maybe. Yeah, and maybe that dip has started for the Magic. Celtics looking great. I don't want to necessarily Brent likes the over a lot. We're kind of against it there, huh? Blake's on the Celts. All right. Here's the Pelicans and the Spurs today. And the Pelicans are on the road here, 7.5. 238.5, it looks like, for the most part, as the number in this one, with the Spurs coming off that great win, of course. That was great. I mean, we had them, of course, against the Lakers. Why wouldn't we there? And you know what? I like probably going to be on the Spurs. I mean, that's what it feels like in this game. I kind of want to play the Spurs here plus the points against the Pelicans. So you better believe it. After they play, look, they're still 3-18, whatever they are, 4-8. What are they? Are they 4-18 now? 4-20, whatever they are. They look pretty, bad, of course. But in that game, they showed all their potential wares, if you will. Oh, Wembenyama, his hands are so awesome. You just got to get it close, and he could just palm it and slam it. And you saw the dunk there where he just uh, kind of took a loose ball, or was kind of a accidental pass from a teammate that was below, and they were in transition, and it just finds his way into the palm of his hand. He just throws it down without any kind of, it's not any flair. It's just like part of his natural motion. It's just so awesome to watch, right? And no doubt, Poppy. I mean, this guy, um, the thing that makes him so odd, right? I just try to compare him a little bit, of course, to Giannis. I mean, the obvious compare, but remember, and you guys have said it in the chat, Giannis sat on, he was a bench man. He tried to work. I mean, you Wembanyama, he's already been a pro. It sucks that they're off to a terrible start, but you have the, can say that whatever you want about Pop. This is totally the perfect situation. Probably having one of the most, I don't know if I would say fun years, but this guy's going to probably keep Pop around here for a few years, I would think. So I'm taking the Spurs in this one for sure. Pelicans been pretty strong against the spread, 13-9-1 against the spread, but 4-6-1 against the spread on the road. Spurs have nothing, write home about here with just one home victory so far. Sure they do. Pelican, I mean, this is a big mismatch, you guys. Come on. But doesn't matter to me. I'm taking the Spurs to get another cover here and probably even sprinkle the money line today. But maybe I prefer the under now. The Spurs have been going over massive, no doubt about it. But looking at a pretty big total here, I would only probably. In fact, this is an early game. I'm going to go under Spurs and under here. Try to get one of these double plays. I know I haven't hit the double play here in a day. Probably 2 or 3 days of the sweep, but looks like it's Ramon against the chat in this one. Rockets and the Bucks. The Bucks 7.5 point favorite here against our Rockets. Come on, man. What are you talking about? You got those Bucks, and they're just, pitiful against the spread. Maybe they're starting to pick it up a little bit, getting a few numbers here and there. After all, they've covered 6 of their last 10 games, but come on, you got the Rockets 12-5-2 against the number here, 7-2-1, I think, in their last 10 games. I would think Houston's going to stand a pretty good chance to get the money in this one. And I'd probably have to take them with the points. I mean, the Rockets are just, the Rockets are half money on the road anyways. They've won 5 in a row again. Just, talk about, still playing well. And why wouldn't they get the money? They're covering every game, it feels like, at this point. Yeah, they're a 50-50 proposition against the spread on the road, but Milwaukee, they're always laying too many points, and this feels like the same case again. Now, Milwaukee's won 12 of 13 at home, but they're 4-8 against the spread at home in their last 12. So, Milwaukee's gone over in 7 of their last 8, but the Rockets, they're going under, because they're, able to play a little bit of D here. I don't think it's about their inefficiencies. I think it's about their strong improvement as a young team on defense. That's what's great about some of these teams in comparison to some, like the teams that might be more fraudulent, like the Pacers, right? You just feel like the Rockets, the Magic, the Timberwolves, right? The Thunder, and to a lesser extent, maybe the Pelicans. That these teams, their defenses are what's making them rapidly improve, and it's a credit to those coaches as well. But I'm not going to mess. I don't think with the total here, even though I'm feeling maybe a little bit of under, but I want to get a good play out there. I don't think I'm fooling anybody. I feel like the chat would take the Rockets here as well. But not Brent. He'll be on the Bucks. He's got him to blow him out. Blake's on the Rockets. Chad's on the Rockets. There's Chad. I don't know if Chad missed some of the early show and I was dropping your name, my brother. Fernando Bucks and under. Ziggy on the Rockets. Chad rolled yesterday. He steamrolled me to a 5-0. I don't even remember. I know that you told me to go with all those big chalky favorites, and I finally did. So didn't I get any points for that? All right. Let's see here. What else? All right. I think that's it for that game. I'm taking the Rockets. Kind of want to play the under, but I'm just not quite there yet. But if I've got the Rockets, I've got to have the under, right? Is that how it works, guys? And chat, team. Wizards and Suns here. You have the Suns. Double-digit favorite, of course, going up against the Wizards tonight. But, well, all right. I guess the Suns are that kind of team. They just love to blow teams out. They're just so good at, covering big spreads. They're just play with such confidence all the time. They obviously crush teams with, big, massive totals here. Forget about that. That's not going to be it's going to be the Wizards and the under for me. I don't think I could go a premium in this crazy kind of game, but I don't want the Phoenix Suns minus 13 points at all. I want the Wizards. If I want to be on a show where I have to give free sports picks, probably going to come back on the Wizards and their dismal 4-20 record. Give me the Wizards plus the double digits. I can't tell you anything good about the Wizards here at this point, but I can tell you all about the Phoenix Suns. They don't have the wherewithal to cover double digits, I would think. Okay, maybe they will. Maybe they'll roll. They'll have great big fun out there. Look at us. We're the Phoenix Suns. We're winning by 20 against a team with 4 wins. But Beal is back injured. It just sucks. For Bradley Beal right now, you just feel, I know these are the athletes. I'm not supposed to, but gosh darn it. It's not like we talk about the injury prone guys. It just feels like tough run of luck. Could also be a little bit of wear and tear. And the more of these injuries you get, man, still a lot of season left. This is just an ankle sprain, so he'll be back. But again, not getting these guys on the court, not getting their chemistry together and whatnot. So, and at 247.5, whatever. If I don't sweep this game, I'm giving Wizards an under. If I don't sweep this game, I feel like it's going to get, of course, the under here because Washington will not come anywhere close to their required point total to get this game to go over. So in games like that, I like situations like that where I can still probably cash on the over. The Wizards really going to score enough points if they don't cover the spread to end up here in like a 140 to 120 type of game. I don't think so. Kind of like, let's see. But we go with Brent, you might. Just kidding, my brother. He doesn't do it here. He says same thing I'm thinking here. And they can't compete, okay? I mean, there's no doubt. Chad, they can't necessarily compete. But the Suns just don't have the type of, fortitude, in my opinion, to crush somebody like that right now. Okay. Timmy, thank you. Panger says absolute blowout here. And again, these are the ones where I've been getting crushed on a lot of these, and Chad's been running up the score on me. But you obviously don't see me taking, don't think anybody on the premium service has seen any Ramon Scott premium picks taking, 15 points or anything, if you know what I mean. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be laying those big double digits. We know that favorites are having a pretty good start to the season. I don't think I've checked the numbers in a week, so don't hold me to that. Things might be coming back. Doesn't feel like it. Warriors and Trailblazers are the nightcap tonight, 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. The Warriors are a favorite, and they're kind of moving higher here in this one. Maybe it's 5 at some spots, but a lot of 5.5s up there right now. And 233.5 in this one. And I feel a little uncomfortable now with the number going up here. It was as low as 4. And even I, who have been kind of a, Portland supporter here a little bit, one of those teams, I think this is probably one of those teams that Chad's been beating me up with here, but I don't like this spot at all for the Trailblazers today. I think the Warriors will get there. I was probably ready to use the Warriors as a premium at -4. It's kind of going to get away from me now here at 5.5. So since we have the night game, and I don't know necessarily, I do like the total here in this one, but still going to wait a little bit for some info. But I'm going to go ahead and lay this tonight with the Warriors. They are starting to click a little bit. Interestingly, without Draymond Green in the lineup, right? Look, Draymond will be back. They'll figure things out. He may even be back, and maybe better than maybe real good, right? Look, if they could reel in Draymond a little bit, it could be a real positive. We don't need this kind of Draymond. We don't want this kind of Draymond. Nobody wants to see that, right? It's the kid on the team throwing the temper tantrum, right? It's Karen in the stands, right? So type of thing. And maybe the Warriors are, going to be forced to kind of meld things together a little bit, and maybe it'll be for the better without Draymond for a while. Take a step back, see what's going on. Warriors have won 7 of the last 8 games in this series. Portland's gone over in 5 of their last 6. 6 of the last 7 games here at this at Portland have gone over. 6 of the last 7 in this series, and well, I figured that might be the case tonight, but not sure yet on the total actually, and we'll see. So give me the Warriors tonight. I'll lay 5.5. Doesn't feel real comfortable, but we got to keep going here and cover. I'm going to cover just a few college basketball games on this card today. 3 games here before we get into the hockey. And tell me if you guys like anything on the college card. And I'll head out to USC and Auburn. Kind of an awkward trip here. Awkward. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific for the Trojans in this one. And hey, this one's going up right up against the NFL. And feels like a pretty strong play to me. I would think USC can go in there and play pretty well. I mean, I know that they're getting big, massive points. And well, maybe they'll hang within double digits or so, but more so, I just think this one goes over. I think if you've been watching the show on some of these higher totals, where yes, I was whiffing there in the first week or two. We were not good. Totals are my specialty. You go back to see why I was up 31 units the first year of Tony's picks, 43 units in college basketball last year, documented on my page. These are, I'm a totals player, and this is the type where I specialize in. I don't know how else to put it. And, not saying this one. Hey, you talk about public sides. It feels like this is it. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here, 95, one of those 95% tickets on the over at this point. So grab it now, I guess. Well, it's down to 151. I'll leave 152.5 up there. But that, what that would indicate, that the sharps are kind of, using their little reverse line movement here, I would think, to buy it back down. So I'm supposed to know who the sharps are on. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm right here. It feels like the steam kind of rolled in on the over, and then the sharps came back on the under. I want to trust the steam. I don't think the steam is on the under, despite the 1.5 point move. I'm just going to refresh the old Don Best machine here and see if they had widely reported steam. Now, it's not going to clear my mind. I'll just go with the over. I'm on the over for sure. I'll share the steam before the games get rolling here in the Discord. The steam rolled yesterday. I probably should have been rolling with the steam in premium land, but the sharps have been pretty hot. If you're following it from my perspective, someone who watches two screens all day long, as much as I watch games. So that's what you're dealing with me. Just some guy throwing darts. Anyways, give me the over here for sure. USC and Auburn. Right. Next up. Oh, do I have a comment? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Some people already chatted. Sorry, Chad. No problem. Hope you have time to go back and check it out. I like Timmy Two Shoes got Draymond already over in the CBA. Want to say hello to Teresa O'Brien. Always great to see you. Miss ya, and glad you're stopping by today, my friend. Thank you. I don't get to hear from you every day. Maybe you've been hanging out though a little bit without a chance to comment. All right, let me get back to the graphic here. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Oregon is taking on Syracuse, and this one, I believe, is at the Pentagon, if I'm not mistaken, today. Let me see. All right. I'm sure it is, right? I didn't actually get. I mean, it says Sioux Falls. It says games in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I assume that means the game is being played with the Pentagon Arena. I think, you real hardcore college basketball fans know about the Pentagon, and let me know if it's at the. I don't think they'd play anywhere else. So, anyways, just a fun venue, an amazing venue, really every time to get these teams. I mean, it's a tradition now. So to bring top teams in. Here comes Syracuse and Oregon in this one. And let me take a look here. I lost my spot. 4.5 currently. Yeah, 4.5 and 147.5 here. So a little bit of a tick down to the under. Oregon's been doing a nice job getting some spreads, and Syracuse, well, I think they've been kind of mediocre actually. Let me take a look at those numbers as well. I know what I like in this game, and maybe I could just blurt it out and then cover some of the numbers. But I'm on Oregon, and I'm on the under here in this one. Look, Oregon right now 6-3 against the spread so far with that 7-2 record. For Syracuse, they come in 7-3, but are 4-6 against the spread, including 0-2 as an underdog so far. And Oregon's gone 5-3 against the spread. So I want to take Oregon here to win this one and cover. And also, I do want to play the under as my play. I'm going to give out the double play. I mean, this one goes off. I've got my second double play of the day here on the show. And I will take the under in this one. I don't think there's anything too descriptive right now for what these two teams are doing. Totals wise, you got Oregon 5-4 to the over. You have Syracuse 4-6 to the under thus far. But for me, I will take the under this big number at a neutral site. I don't know if that's going to sway anybody necessarily, but all right, Mike's on the Ducks. And thank you to Teresa for her plays today. And one more maybe I could look at here with Nebraska and Kansas State. With this one goes off at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific, with Kansas State favored in this one by 5 currently. Call it 4. Maybe we have to call it 4 by now. I do see a couple of 4.5 still out there, but I think for the most part we're looking at a 4. Maybe it's going to move far enough. And currently the total, let's see. Yeah, definitely seeing a move right now on this one down to 149 at some spots. So we are seeing that's still what I had up there, but there's definitely some activity right now here on the total moving higher. I'm showing 150 right now here at a couple of books in Vegas, including the Circa, also over at my uh, favorites, the South Point, and over at Station. So we're seeing pressure here to the over. I better at least put it at 149 and a half, if not 150 at this point. This one's getting moved a little bit higher right now, no doubt about it. And I think that's only going to work to my favor. I'm not sure I trust the move at this point. Maybe it needs further investigating, but I was already, the steam came in on the over, and while it is impressive, I'm not so sure here about Nebraska being able to get this number on the road, maybe falling short of their expected point total here of, what would it be? Probably 72, 73 points. I don't know about that. I'm not sure they can get to that at this point against Kansas State. They might end up in the high 160s here. I'm already kind of preferring Kansas State, especially at this lower number. So let's do it. I'm going to take Kansas. I'm going to do one more. I want to get a game right, you guys. I want to get one exactly right. Call me a degenerate tout, a degenerate free pick tout on YouTube. Give me Kansas State and the under in this one as my pick. For let's see, Nebraska, 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone under between these two teams. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams here in Manhattan have gone under. Kansas State has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams. They've also won 5 straight over Nebraska at home. Give me Kansas State in the under. All right, that's it for college basketball. Thank you, Johnny. Okay, we can do it. Let's get under. Let's go under the team total. I don't give any team totals, but if Johnny's going to put that right there in my chat there, I'm going to do it. And Poppy, always ready to look at some other games as well. He says he'll go over here in Oral and Case and Oklahoma State. Yeah, let me see if I could just pop that up and see if I could just give my instant gut reaction. I'm not going to tell Poppy if I'm on the other side here in this one, but I will say this, Poppy. Certainly, I think you know this, sir. You're not getting the best of this one, but it is pretty serious steam, no doubt, that the game is being pushed to the over. I mean, I've seen nothing but over moves in this game. I'm talking Poppy's language here, so if anybody in the chat saying like, "What's it?" Poppy's like me, kind of a market guy. And I'm going to go ahead and give out. I'm going to give out Oklahoma State in that game. If Poppy's going to talk about the total here, he's going to go over 144. What is it now, Poppy? I mean, I'm showing it open 141 and a half, and already here 145 over 14 at Bovada. Woo, that one's on the move, no doubt. So I don't know. Feels almost quite uncomfortable. That early move though was so solid that those guys crush. When they crushed that 141 and a half, everyone started to pile in, and it's been an onslaught of sharp money because I don't think, the public's necessarily like, let's pour our money on NFL Sunday in the limit plays on Oral and Oklahoma over. So, look, all I can tell you, my brother, is that that is the professional side, no doubt, steamed up big time on some recorded market action. I'll take you like the total, and I will take Oklahoma State, and I'll lay the points here. Probably just a tad too high at 9, but hey, it is our free pick show after all. All right. And did we have one more here? Oh boy. All right, I can do it. I want to do it for Timmy. And again, it's a market read handicap here, ready to roll. 5 p.m. game. I hadn't even necessarily looked at it for. I'm not too excited actually here at this point, Timmy. I could have had a free play here if I was planning on it for the show. I see some steam did come in here on the Huskies at -3.5. But not very impressive, actually. And look, I got Seattle wrong last game. Actually, they surprised me because I was pretty high on San Francisco. I've since downgraded San Francisco. I was all giggly and googly on the Dons in their game against Seattle, and that was a flop. And having looked at it now, I've definitely downgraded San Francisco from where I was talking them up. So I'm certainly gonna give the lean here to Seattle, especially if this one goes up any further. Is it 4.5? Is it 4 now? 4.5, even at DraftKings at this point. I'm the lean. All right. That's it for college basketball, I think. There are 5 games on the ice. Let's get these plays from today, and then we'll get out of here. Talked up our hockey a little bit from yesterday. We definitely had some. We definitely clicked on some games yesterday with Winnipeg Jets. We had that one. We did not get our double play there, though. We also had yesterday here on the show. Oh, we did have Rangers in the under in the big game. We had the Rangers in the under. Yesterday, we had Nashville as a winner. Yesterday, we also gave out the Coyotes over Buffalo, and we had the Flames in the nightcap. So let's try to get some winners here in this one with Vancouver on the road against the Blackhawks in this one. And I'm going to be going under here with, let me see if I have enough time to fire up the goalie computer, see if anybody's been confirmed yet. But I know that I'm going to be on the under here in this one, and I'm going to probably take Vancouver as well here to win. Probably could lay a little bit of puck line at this point. Vancouver feels like they're playing good enough. This is an early game, so go ahead and give me a Vancouver money line just to have the action when I have the hockey game in the corner, maybe, and take Vancouver and the under here. I'm going to just try to get the goalies going here real quick. See if I can give us a little bit of information, if there's been any confirmations yet today. But I'll move on to the next game unless you guys have a comment. Hello to Dave. And tough one for the Broncos last night, but they can still pull it off. And Mike's on the Canucks here as well. So, all right, I will take them as well. Vancouver, look, Vancouver's been covering some puck lines recently as a favorite here. They've certainly been getting their puck lines when as a dog, but Teresa has her plays here. Total's gone under in 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two, including 4 of the last 5 at Chicago. And Vancouver often gets the money line against Chicago, but I will say that it hasn't always been Vancouver laying the puck in half, but there have been a few occasions. So give me Vancouver, give me the under. All right, Washington and Carolina with Washington. Pretty big favorite, a pretty big underdog here on the road. Oops, where's my graphic? There we go. With Kemper here and Kashetkov in goal. And man, look, the Sharps have been all over Carolina. I mean, I'll just make that clear. It does look like they've been hitting this, big favorite here, no doubt about it. But gosh, I just don't know if I can trust them necessarily. I probably prefer the puck line here. I don't know if Carolina should be that big of a favorite. Yeah, Washington, everybody wants to, downgrade them immediately, and I get it, but again, we've just cashed too many times with Washington. It feels like to think that it's been fraudulent.
Final.
When you talk about, as a dog of late, they've definitely been able to get their puck lines right. Yeah, sure, they lost to Nashville 3-1, but they covered the puck line against Philly. They covered the puck line against the Rangers. They got a couple of strong performances there. So it's been all Hurricanes from the Sharps, no doubt about it. Dave will take the Caps here on the money line, so that's great. And Fernando will take the Caps on the money line as well, and he'll go over here. But I think I'm leaning over, especially. Well, Fernando says he's got it at 5.5. I think we're looking at mostly sixes, but six juice to the under. And yeah, look, Carolina, they've had their certain issues as well. I mean, they they lost to Nashville, of course, 6-5 in that game 2 nights ago. They lost at Vancouver, 4-3, and lost recently. Remember they were on that long road trip. So, all right, give me the Capitals here plus a goal and a half. I don't think I'm ready to do quite yet on that total, but was going right now over. I'm looking to go over maybe, and I should update these lines, but we got to go. Ducks and Devils here. We've got some breaking news here right now. Let me get out of this. This is going to be some football news, I'm afraid, here in the middle of the hockey. And maybe you guys have seen this on some of the NFL shows here, but if not, I could be breaking a little bit of news. I mean, I've seen it here on my tweet deck, so really want to go with this right now. It looks pretty solid here, but the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts has come down sick right now, and he's going to be downgraded to questionable for the game right now on Monday night against Seattle. If you were interested right now, look, I don't want to panic anybody. This is widely known information now, it looks like at this point, the way things are going. But the move is coming on Seattle right now for Monday night. Philadelphia was basically a 3.5 point favorite right now. You're probably going to see that move. If you want Seattle, probably now, no, he's a tough guy, and I'm just reporting the news to you. He could go out and be there tomorrow, so you might actually get your spot here on Philadelphia if you wait to lay a 2.5, and maybe Hurts is able to play tomorrow. But just a little bit of news here right now. Jalen Hurts is questionable right now, downgraded to questionable for the game against Seattle on Monday night. All right. So don't like to cross those sports there necessarily like that, but no doubt. Yep, Mike, grab it now, right? No doubt. So we'll see there. Okay. Sorry about that. That was way off topic, but that's what we do here on this show, and hopefully that's why you're here, is because of the information that, again, I'm not any more special than anybody else. I just have all the things here open on my screens, and you guys are busy with your lives. So please, you can trust in me, whether or not I'm winning or not. I'm here to try to bring you the best sports information. That's what I think I do. All right, where were we at? we're almost done with the show. The Ducks and the Devils here in this one with Gibson and Vanacek here, it looks like. Want to just say, so the goalies had to fire up my computer over here because of the issues I was having this morning. Uh, but Kashetkov, he is likely to be the starting goalie today in there for the Canes. And there are no other confirmed goaltenders here at this time. But I think these are who we're expecting in this one with Anaheim up here against New Jersey. Not a great game necessarily, I think, for me, but I'm going to take Anaheim plus a goal and a half here right now. Oh, look at that. Critical notice just came up from the line service. Guess what they just told me? The line service. Jalen Hurts is questionable. So Ramon's faster than the line service. Okay. Take that, line service. Paying you good money, and I'm just kidding. The total is also moving, and back the steam has just come in on the game to go under 46s are now turning into 45s rapidly. So I'm just not throwing out some goofball information, you guys. I know which accounts are real. I mean, I know you pay for your blue check marks now, but all right. I'm going to take the Ducks in this one, plus a goal and a half tonight against the Devils. I've totally ruined the hockey part of the show right now. I did see some reported steam come in on the over in this game, but I'm not necessarily ready to buy into it just yet or anything on the total for that matter. Devils are obviously a massive over team, especially at home, 10-13 to the over this season, but Anaheim has been very, very solid to the under of late. They haven't been scoring. They haven't been doing much of anything. I've had to downgrade them from their great start as they start to fall apart here with this long losing streak. I'm going to give them a chance here to hang in there today just because of the line itself. Is it still 270? I would think that maybe there is going to be some sharp action here. It's mostly 265, 270. So I might even try to find 2 goals out there for me. But I'm going to take Anaheim here, maybe to stop the streak, maybe to cover the puck line here. New Jersey's the worst puck line team in the league. They're 1-10 at home, 1-12, 1-12 at home on the puck line. Usually favored in those spots. I think they. I want to say it's like out of those games. I want to say it's like 0-9 as a favorite or something like that. So Devils are a big favorite here, and they don't cover the puck line ever at this point. So give me the Ducks to hang in there in this game tonight. Salty take something in regulation. And Fernandez is laying on the puck line. I don't care if they are 1-12 on the puck line at home and 0-9 on the puck line as a favorite. They might have actually covered one of late. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, the last one. They covered but that was on the road. That was on the road. All right. No doubt, Salty. I mean, this is the problem here at this point. Teresa says maybe just take New Jersey on the money line, it looks like. Thank you, Teresa. All right. One more 2 more here. We got to go. We got to go. Have a great day, you guys. Join me in the Discord. I'll send that steam over there from the colleges. Man, it just crushed yesterday, especially on the extra board. So I don't want to show the game. I didn't have time to put all the steam in there, but it really was strong. But let me just tell you this: the extra board steam is really strong, and those are the games that sometimes you're even going to have less limits. You're going to have less availability to buy points or parlay up into different games. There'll be some games circled there a little bit. All right, let me talk about the Sharks here and the Avalanche tonight. And Blackwood and Gurdjieff here, it looks like, in this one. And, come on. I mean, maybe the Sharks can hang in there. I'm probably going to take the Sharks probably plus 2.5 goals, at least 2 goals here in this one. I would think that the Avalanche will have a field day. Maybe they can even score. Maybe the Sharks won't cover because the Avalanche will score too many goals. I think I prefer the over here in this one, but I've got to have the Sharks here on a Sunday night. I don't mind. I'll have to take them plus 1.5 here on the show. I don't mind taking 2 goals. I don't mind taking 2.5 goals. And give me the Sharks here. And I think I do like the over in this one. And give me the double play here. I'll take Sharks. I'll take the over, but I like the Sharks. The widely reported steam came in on the Sharks, by the way, at plus 260 or so. I think it's since been kind of bought back up, but most of these numbers open 305, 310, 310, and now it's, you know, 285, 290, 300, so there's been a little bit of buy on the Sharks here, and I'll jump in with the Sharps on the Sharks. That's what it feels like to me. Want to say hi to iBox Excel. Always great to see you. Fernando says, give me this regulation draw. Sharks hang in there, give you a great price, not only because you get a great price on the draw, but because it's the Sharks, you're probably even getting even a better price, and maybe even take some action here to make sure. Sharks covered, Mike said, last game. And look, they've turned it around, right? They've turned it around so much. I think they passed up Anaheim in the standings. So, you know, so take that for what it's worth. All right, and the Senators will take on the Knights here in Vegas tonight. And, maybe some more puck line action for me. The Sharps are all over Ottawa. If I know who the Sharps are on, well, they're on Ottawa. I really feel like they're on Ottawa, and I'd probably want to consider Ottawa here in this one tonight. I'd probably have a premium in this one on the total. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to get too much into this game, but I'm probably going to jump in here on the total. I mean, on the Senators here. Give me the puck line just to make sure. And I want to get the win here. And I do got to lay a little bit of a price. But look, you got a Senators team that's under 500, and they're obviously taking a little bit of sharp action here considering this price right now and the fact that they've lost 3 straight. Now, they did cover the puck line last game out against Dallas. Vegas is awesome, no doubt right now, especially 11-3 at home. Not been covering all of their puck lines of late. And they're also, they're coming off the home loss to Buffalo to end that winning streak that they were on. So I'm going to take the Senators here. Took a lot of puck lines here on the show. I took them all, really, except for the Canucks. So if you want to remember who I was on, just take the puck line tonight. I'll take the puck line dog, except for the early game. And you'll remember what I was on. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks to Dave. He's on the Golden Knights. Fernando's on the over in this one. Could we have a challenge, Fernando? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for coming by here to the Mornings team today. We're back tomorrow with Monday Night Football here. Yep, that's it. That's going to do it. Appreciate it. Saw a little bit of news. I think it was not really anything worth reporting, worth our time. Some NFL injury for today that just insignificant to me, but insignificant to the point spread moving. It's a significant name. Okay, that's going to do it though here on the morning steam. Appreciate you guys putting up with me. It wasn't you guys. Thanks. It was a great show. I didn't feel like it was great because I didn't actually have all my things in place here with a little bit of down situation with my computer internet. So, all right. I'll catch you again tomorrow, everybody, with more morning steam. Thanks a lot. Hey, please pick up my 7-pack of plays if you're interested. This isn't about you guys. If I could just say it like this, because I'm trying to be a pitch man and I'm not the best. We got Tony to do that. He tells you how everybody's doing and who's great. But I will say this: if you bid this 7-pack for $30, you are guaranteed to get more picks if I don't turn in a profit. It is NFL. You can check out my record first if you want. But you're just supporting me. So if you pick up this 7-pack for $30, it's like you're supporting Ramon and the show. It's one way to keep me coming back here. Thank all the subscribers. And maybe you like playing sides. I'll just tell you right now, all 7 of these plays are totals. That's my specialty. I don't always do that, but I do in NFL quite frequently. I think my subscribers know probably at least 75% of my plays are totals. And that's probably going to be the case today. I think on one side later on today. So check it out. Get them with my picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. Grab a 3-day package from me. It's reasonably priced at $99. Sounds like a lot for just 3 days, but you get 4 days if you subscribe early enough. Or I'm sorry, after 3 p.m. I guess it'll only be covered I always say that on the weekdays. It's probably not the best. Just get the 3-day. We'll get you through Monday Night Football and some other games. It's bowls, all right? All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Catch you back here tomorrow. More morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you very, very much and appreciate all of you. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.